Hey guys, what's up? It's Chris here from Chris's Sci-Fi Reactions, back for another Red Dwarf. This is Season 1, Episode 4, Waiting for God. Enjoyed the last episode, really looking forward to seeing how the series develops. You know, not just a season, the entire series as a whole develops. I have been having a bit of issues with Stan lately, so hopefully it doesn't cause too much trouble. That being said, let's just get straight into it. I'm not sure if I've mentioned this, but the reason I've actually been having issues with Stan isn't Stan itself, but it's the fact that running Stan and OBS is basically using 100% of my CPU, which causes Stan to jump.
This is an SOS distress call from the mining ship. He passed the chef's exam, although really he failed. That gives you some idea of how truly exciting some days can be around here.
Oh, there we go. So, I'm glad they sorted that episode out.
Those are for the captain's eyes only, Arnold.
That Lister did, in fact, fake his result, but obviously we didn't get to look into that.
Whose do you want?
Give me Lister's, just the remarks.
David Lister, technician, third.
All right, Holly, give me mine.
Arnold Rimmer, technician, second class. Captain's remarks. There's a saying amongst the officers, if a job's worth doing, it's worth doing well. If it's not worth doing, give it to Rimmer. He aches for responsibility, but constantly fails the engineering exam.
Whoa, Holly, I want my report. Rimmer, 2 M's, ER.
Astoundingly zealous, possibly mad, probably has more teeth than brain cells. Promotion prospects, comical.
No, Holly, I want Rimmer. That's
I like
2 R's,
that.
one at the front, one at the back.
Arnold, this is your report.
Well, it's pretty accurate as well.
Hollister. He always resented my popularity. That's why he never put forward my proposal to reduce the...
Yes, you have.
Sorry if I keep on looking to my right, but we've got people working at the house at the moment, so yeah, if you hear any sound, that's what it is.
Would you like some toast?
Mm-mm.
Some nice hot crisp brown buttered toast?
Mm-mm.
You don't want any toast then?
No.
What about a muffin?
A talking toaster?
You know the last time you had toast? 18 days ago, 11:36, Tuesday the 3rd, 2 rounds.
Shh.
I mean, what's the point of buying a toaster with artificial...
They're my things, Lister. Would you steal Veruca cream from a man with no...
Ow! Nice jump. Hey! Smooth with a capital smooth.
I love his outfits. I think they're just amazing. Costume department really outdid themselves.
Oh. Yeah. This way.
Mister, it's mine. I found it. I've got bagsies. He's such a child, that boy.
They're both like a couple of
Is it
kids.
safe, Holly?
Yes, Dave.
Lister, no point in running. I found it and it's mine. What are you doing, Lister? We don't know if it's safe. It's quarantined. You might get some squiggly, slimy thing stuck to your face.
Of course it's safe. Come in. Come on, come in.
Gross.
Ha, TV. All right, Lister, we'll play it your way. But don't think you're coming out of there. You're in there for a month. You're in quarantine.
What did you say, Rimmer?
Lister, when that pot opens and from it emerges a beautiful alien woman with long green hair and 6 breasts.
Oh, very nice.
6 breasts? Imagine making love to a woman with 6 breasts.
Imagine making love to a woman.
Jeez.
Good morning. How can I help you?
Buongiorno. Give me breakfast.
What would you like?
Chicken vindaloo. A milkshake.
What flavour milkshake?
Beer.
A very unusual
Finish
breakfast.
your translation.
Whose cloister is it me?
Yes, Dave, the cats have made you their god.
Hey, working class kid makes good. Do you mean they had a war over whether the donut diner hats were red or blue?
Yeah, most of them were killed fighting about that. Staff, really, innit?
You're not kidding? They were supposed to be green.
It's so typical how religious texts can be misinterpreted like
Well,
so
finally, they called
easily.
a truce and built 2 arcs and left Red Dwarf in search of Fuchsial.
But there's no such place as Fuchsial, it's Fiji.
I failed you.
Why didn't you go on the arks with the rest of the cats?
Oh, they left us behind. The sick and the lame. Left us to die.
I really like Lister being the cat god. I think that's
To the cripple and
pretty
the
cool storyline.
idiot. Your father, boy.
My father was a jelly brain?
Yes, that's why.
No surprise there.
One, but as one by one we died, my faith died also. He tested me cloister and I failed. This is the happiest day of my life.
Oh, jeez.
Well, are you ready for this, Rimmer?
Open it! Open it! Well, what's there?
Are you sure you're ready for this, Rimmer?
Yes, come on, you dimboid! Incredible. A stupendous moment in my own personal history. The perfectly preserved remains of a Quagar warrior.
Absolutely.
They must have looked something like a roast chicken.
It's cold outside, there's no kind of atmosphere.
It's a garbage pod. It's a smegging garbage pod.
Ah, I like that. Okay, so that was Red Dwarf. I'm so sorry for the interruptions or any voices that you might have heard in the background. I do apologise, but we are having a lot of work done on the house, and sometimes people need a little help. So yeah, I apologise for any interruptions. I will obviously try and edit as much as I can out. And if you're watching the full reaction, yeah, you might notice. Hopefully, if on YouTube, you probably won't notice as much. That episode was okay. It wasn't the best. I'd probably give it a 7. I was a bit bored in parts. Now, that may have been partly due to having to stop and go out and help, you know. But basically, I'd say it's a 7. Let's break it down. We start with the opening. Not a very big fan of the opener, as I've said before. I don't mind this part with Holly, sort of talking, and we got an answer to what happened last episode. Then we have Rimmer asking about, the confidential personnel files, and we say, Rimmer's all happy about Captain Hollister's thoughts about Lister, and then he hears what Hollister has to say about him, and not the best. So he suddenly changes his thoughts on the captain. Here we get Lister reading a cat book, which is based on smell rather than text. He's also we find out he's wearing Rimmer's old uniform. And so here we're just talking, I think if I remember correctly, this is where we're just talking about aliens a little bit. And the toaster is a bit of a psychotic toaster. Seem to be having a bit of a maybe midlife crisis. Here we come up with that cat, he's found a yo-yo that he really seems to enjoy, like any cat would. Here we find out that there's a pod, possibly alien in origin, so Holly brings it in. We find out now that cats also have picture books, which is very much similar to the Bible, I guess, or the Quran, or any of the main books of any religion. Lister then tells the cat that he's the cat's god. Cat asks Lister to turn, the cat's meal into a woman. And here we get, Rimmer saying that it's to Lister, that it's an alien pod. Lister goes into the quarantine area without waiting. And we find out that it's sort of a rubbish pod. Here we have, Rimmer not being able to sleep because of the pod. Lister telling him it's garbage, but he doesn't believe it. This is sort of where we get that sort of talk about, viruses and bacteria, possibly humans are the virus of the earth, which at the moment is very true, if you like. It really does apply to the current situation that maybe humans are just the bacteria on this beautiful planet. It's more of the same, talking. Here we have Holly, sort of, that reading out the cat's Bible, if you like. And him learning that none of it's actually accurate, it's all misinterpreted. And that, holy wars have occurred and all of that sort of thing. Rimmer very much jealous that Lister is a god. And, they get into Rimmer gets angry and starts shouting. Thinks Lister's a real bastard. Here we get Lister looking for the cat. And here's a really good part that we find that, Cat isn't the only cat left. However, I actually found the conversation quite boring. It was Here we have Lister outside of the range of Holly. The guy lost his faith in Cloister. And then here we go, Lister comes up to him, pretending to be, well, he is Cloister, and sort of telling him, that he hasn't failed. Then he tries to get up and ends up dying. We have the cat sort of, he doesn't care at all, just wants to talk about himself. And then here at the end, we have like Lister sort of showing what's in the pod and Rimmer actually realizing what's in the pod. Okay, so that was Red Dwarf Season 1, Episode number 4, Waiting for God. Again, not the best episode, but still had some good moments in it, and it was really interesting, sort of the religious view, and of course that section that really was talking about virus and bacteria, humans being that, comparing it to what's happening in the world today. Yeah, so that is it. Full reactions are available on Patreon, and that will be listed in the description below, as well as my Twitter account. And I do believe that's all. Till next time, I see you on Red Dwarf. Bye.